This is Black Light. This is President Trump arrives in Rome for a meeting with the Pope Francis at the Vatican, right? Now, they stole this black knowledge. Again, I want you to refer to this book called Stolen Legacy. Burned down the Black Library. They took it over. They just came and conquered Alexandria, snatched it from the blacks, absorbed all the knowledge, this library, then burnt it down. The Romans, probably some Greeks had some hand, they did some burning too. But they didn't burn all the books. I want you to check out where the remaining books are at.
2017 at the Vatican. And as the media tries to guess what they're going to say to each other behind closed doors, the real question that I have is what is hidden in the Vatican secret archives? I mean, come on, 53 miles of shelf space that has limited access, and you can't just, even the researchers that are allowed in, and I'll get into the details of that in just a second, those that are allowed in they're not allowed to go browsing. They're only allowed to see the information that they've requested. And when you have 53 miles of shelf space, one can only imagine what they really have hidden in there. So who is actually allowed within the Vatican secret archives? Well, qualified scholars from institutions of higher education pursuing scientific research with an adequate knowledge of archival research, which, I mean, that's ridiculous. Who in the world has frickin' experience in archival research anymore? That's silly. May apply for an entry card. Scholars need an introductory letter by either a recognized institute of research or by a suitably qualified person in the field of historical research. Applicants need to specify their personal name and information as well as the purpose of their research. Undergraduate students are not admitted. There are strict limitations to what archive users are able to view and access. For example, no materials dated after 1939 are available for public viewing, which is interesting, by the way, because that's the precise year that World War II started, which I'll mention later in the video. Now, there are 53 miles or 85 kilometers of shelf space in the library, and you must have a specific request to pursue that specific subject. There is no browsing permitted whatsoever. Instead, researchers request specific documents using bulky catalogs, which are usually handwritten in Italian or Latin, and they can only request up to 3 folders each day. If within just a few minutes they realize that the information that they're seeking is not in the requested folders, they're forced to pack up for the day, which is incredibly inconvenient and challenging for researchers and scholars because most of them are traveling incredibly long distances just to visit the Vatican secret archives. No photographs are permitted whatsoever. However, laptops are okay as long as they're only utilized for note-taking. So just to clarify, there's no browsing whatsoever. So you're only allowed to research what you know already exists. So anything else in there that, well, may not be known to the public is not accessible whatsoever. I mean, come on, is that shady or what? And the fact that you can only request 3 folders per day, even if in a couple minutes you realize, like, oh, I have the wrong folder, I need the next one over. Oh, sorry, you have to leave for the day and request a new one. That's stupid, and tell me that's not indicative of hiding something, of something shady. I mean, think about that. What are they hiding in there? We're talking 53 miles of shelf space? Like, if I said 5 miles of shelf space, you'd be like, oh wow, that's a lot. 53 miles, and you can only request what you know exists? Give me a break. Now, there's tons of speculation of what they're hiding in there. Whether it's information about tying the Vatican to Nazi Germany, because there was some shady stuff there, by the way. I mean, come on. You can't visit or view anything in the archives after 1939, the precise year that World War II starts, and there's already tons of evidence that ties various funding as well as the Vatican, but I'll just leave it at that. I have a lot of questions. All I know is I don't have all the answers, but many speculate that there might be some answers related to World War II within the archives. There's also a ton of speculation as to what happened to the 14 missing chapters within the Bible. Apparently, I mean, if you're not aware, the Vatican, the Roman Catholic Church, absolutely altered the Bible. So did King James. The King James Version is altered. And so the question becomes, well, what's original, what isn't? And, well, does Jesus, as an example, was he able to write? Because many theorize that he was able to. That he was not able to lead the masses in such a way without being educated. I mean, many people have theorized on this. It's a big controversy, obviously. But clearly there's something within the archives. Now, other people have stated that it might involve aliens, that it might involve things with, corruption and pornography even. There's all kinds of speculations. I don't know what's in there. All I know is that they're hiding something, and it's beyond obvious. Why would they go to such incredible and difficult lengths for people to research this stuff and make anything that's unknown, well, unknowable? Think about that. Guys,
what they're hiding in there is the true history of the black man. They got all the knowledge in there, and they feed you through Rome, through the school systems, educational system, and what to they go through Rome and what to feed you as far as education is concerned. So every 10 years they give you an upgrade of what they want to teach you. But actually you're at least a couple of thousands of years behind in education, because all this about you. They don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know about yourself. See? So all this is dealing with Master Farad Muhammad, because he came with a significant amount of knowledge, key knowledge, to open up your third eye, go within yourself to get the real truth, see. So they've been trying to block it. When Noble Drew Ali, he had a short run at it, they took him out. They took out Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey didn't have that much knowledge, but he had, an insight or a vision on what he wanted to do, and he let a Jew up in his place and took him out. Now they watered down the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with first with Imam Muwaffaqin, now Farrakhan. Farrakhan is right now talking about Father Flanagan is going to be in the hereafter. Flagan, whatever his name is. And he haven't built up to where Elijah left off at. Talking about Farrakhan having built up to where Elijah left off at. So Farrakhan is pushing hard now, They kicked him off Facebook or something, one of them joints. See, by now, the Nation of Islam supposed to have had all the South Side, because I heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say that he wanted all of the South Side before he got up out of here. But we're going to expose all these brothers, Farrakhan, Son of Man. They preaching hard now. Tomorrow is the trial. Today is the 9th. 9 ain't nothing but the 6 turned upside down. I made a mistake in one of my previous videos in the Quest for Fire, saying that White man trying to say he was here 8,000 years ago, what it was 80. I don't know what's wrong with me. I didn't see that zero. You know, Grandpa needs some glasses sometimes. But we're going to correct that in the next video. But you know, this is to my subs. It ain't exciting. I don't come, you know, with no clown stuff. You know, I'll come straight to the point. I'm not hooping and hollering, acting a fool. You know, so I don't want y'all to go to sleep on me, but, you know, study this for yourself. You know, and you will see that we in the war. We've been in the war. We ain't never stopped being in the war. You know. So I might come back with one more, but this probably might be it for tonight. But it's tomorrow. If Allah inspires me with some more revelations and something to give to y'all, I'll be back. But I got an agenda. I don't want y'all to keep on being suckers. This is Black Light. Stay sucker free.